Hey folks, welcome back. I have your latest home prices and insights for the City of Toronto for week ending November 24th. There's a lot to talk about. I'm going to take a minute just to talk about condo. It seems nobody's talking about condos these days, and in a few of my previous shows I've kind of talked a little bit about where condo prices are heading and the fact that they're creeping up every week. Well, right now the average condo price is sitting at $783,000 for the City of Toronto. I expect it over the next 6 months to a year to explode. I expect that to be headline news, what's happening with condo prices. So far, the freehold market has been taking all the oxygen in the room. Detached prices are through the roof. Condos is taking a back seat, but that's going to change. Let me tell you why I think that. The freehold market is so high now, and the people, buyers wanting to get in the market is still there. There's first-time home buyers wanting to get into the market. We see an increase in first-time home buyers wanting to get into the market, and the gap between condos and freehold is just so large now. Their only choice is to get into the condo space and then work their way into the freehold. So I see that putting more pressure on the buyer pool for condos. I also see at some point soon, hopefully soon, we're on the other side of this health crisis, and I see these large organizations with hundreds and hundreds of employees calling people back to downtown Toronto, to uptown Toronto, saying, hey, come back to work. We want to see you in person. And a lot of these people that have moved out are going to start coming back just because of the commute from way out in the suburbs where they move to. Sometimes is going to be, an hour or more. They're going to start moving back in, which is going to put more demand on the buyer side of things or the rental side of things. And that's just going to push condo prices up even higher. Not to mention the aggressive immigration policy that Canada has. Well, the floodgates haven't yet opened up for that. So that's going to put more pressure. And condos being the entry-level price point to get into real estate, that's where a lot of the immigration pool is going to be looking at. So I just see condo prices right now kind of being under the radar, but I see it taking front center stage next year. Let's get into the numbers. Real quick, before I get into the numbers, if you want to reach me to talk anything at all related to real estate, we've made it really simple. In the description below, there's a link to my calendar. Just click on that, book a time that's convenient for you. This way, I'll know ahead of time when we're going to talk, and I'll make sure I'm available, and we'll talk about whatever's on your mind. Let's get into the numbers. It's insane where prices are headed these days. I've got here Toronto. This is just the City of Toronto detached properties. We sold 231 last week, and it's nice to see sales going up because what we expect over the next few weeks as we head into the holiday season, we expect sales to come down. We expect listings to drop. Just normal, something that happens over the holiday season. That doesn't mean necessarily prices are coming down. I'm talking about activity, volume, not prices. Well, we went the other way. We sold more properties this week than we have the last few weeks. 57 of those 231 sold at $2 million or more. An average sold price is sitting at $1,783,000. Prices are high. $1,783,000 is 13% higher than what it was last year at this time, and 13 is a great number, believe me. 13% higher than year over year is a phenomenal number, but kind of seems a little bit low when we start looking back a little bit and we're 28%, 25%. 13 is still good, but we've been spoiled for the last most of the year. Of the 231 that sold, 75% sold at list price or more. So it's very competitive out there. This time last year, it was 47% selling at list price or more, and sales are virtually the same. So there's a whole different buying and selling experience this year than what it was last year at this time. Listings are a little bit lower than what they were last year. We listed 251 and months of inventory sitting at 0.7 with average days on market of only 12. So City of Toronto, very competitive. We do expect, however, sales over the next few weeks to come down a little bit, listings to come down a little bit. But because of where months of inventory are, we're not really expecting prices to come down. We're expecting them to stay where they are or go up a little bit. If we look at Toronto a little bit differently and we split up the City of Toronto between Central, East, and West, here's what we have, where we have the prices. Well, Central is way up here at almost 2.7 million. We've got the West side here at 1,461,000 and the East 1,352,000. Looking at that a little bit closer, West Toronto, months of inventory is sitting at 0.6. 11 is the average days on market. And we sold 85% at list price or more. Very competitive. And that puts us at 12% higher than last year's average sold price. That's for the West side, where the average sold price is 1,461,000. Looking at Central Toronto, where the lion's share of the luxury properties are, well, months of inventory is sitting at 1.2. Properties do sit on the market a little bit longer on average in the city, in the central part. Average days on market is 17. 55% sold at list price or more, and the average sold price of $2,689,000 is 21% higher than what it was last year at this time. Now we're looking at the East. So we've done West, Central, the East part, East York, Scarborough is the most competitive. We do more volume there. It's more competitive. Months of inventory is sitting at 0.3. That's incredibly low. Days on market, average days on market is sitting at 9. 82% of the sales, we sold 95, 82% were at list price or more, and that's 17% higher than last year's average sold price. And average sold price is sitting at $1,352,000. So it is a different experience buying and selling between West, Central, and East, and the different price points are going to give you a different experience also. Let's look at semis. We sold 69 semis. 16 of those were at $1.5 million or more, and the average semi sold for $1,427,000. Months of inventory for semis is sitting at 0.5. 80% of the semis sold at list price or more, and the average sold price of $1,427,000 is 20% higher than what it was last year at this time. Townhouses for the City of Toronto. Oh my gosh, look at this. Sales went up. We sold 27 townhouses last week. Not a lot of sales. That's not why I'm saying oh my gosh. I'm saying oh my gosh because average sold price is way up there at $1,437,000. Prices are through the roof when it comes to townhouses. Months of inventory sitting at 0.7. 78% of those sales were at list price or more. The average sold price is 44% higher than what it was last year at this time. Let's look at condos. I really expect over the next 6 months to a year, big things happening with condo home prices. Let's look at sales for a second here. Sales has been pretty steady, just under 400 sales every single week since middle of September. We sold 374 condos last week. 42 of those were at $1 million or more. We have a new record average sold price sitting at $783,000 for the average condo price sold in the City of Toronto. And prices have been creeping up kind of under the radar, not making headline news. I expect that to change soon. $783,000 is 28% higher than last year's average sold price. We are buying or selling, depending on how you're looking at it. It's the same thing though, more than what we were doing last year. The blue are last year's number. 374 is what we sold this year, and 51% of those were at list price or more. Now 51% when we look at some of the other home types is not that high. So it's competitive, but not so competitive just yet. And listings, we're listing way less than what we listed last year at this time. And months of inventory for condos is sitting at 1.1 with the average days on market being 20. So there's still room. Now condos is a funny thing where one building, it could be extremely competitive, extremely aggressive, and in another building, not so much. So it depends on what's happening there. It's so important that you're aligned with a good realtor to help you figure out what makes sense for you and what you're looking to buy. When we look at the overall months of inventory right across the board, and you just see this, the detached semis and west, central, and east, I mean, it's very much a seller's market. There's no doubt about it. It is a very competitive market. There's going to be people buying and selling right up till Christmas, through the holiday season. We do expect it to slow down, but there could be some opportunities both on the buying and the selling side. My name is Santo Sessa with RE/MAX Premier. If I could help with anything, please reach out to me. Have a great day.